So as we've reacted to more and more videos about like being critical towards America society and stuff, a lot of people in our comments have quoted George Carlin, specifically one quote about the American dream. So we figured today would be a good day to actually react to some George Carlin.
Yeah, it's about the American dream. Before we get into like the actual video, from what we understand, the American dream is about having tons of opportunity to
If you work hard, you can make it.
yeah, and like basically anyone can, regardless of even where you're from in the world. You can come from a different country, come over, work hard, and you know what? You're living a good life now. But
Is it true? Donald Trump once said, the American dream is dead.
oh, if the Don himself said it, he is my idol.
Uh-huh. He
Joke.
is your idol.
Jokes, obviously, people still don't understand the sarcasm all the time, but we will see.
What does George Carlin have to say about the American dream?
There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what.
Okay, so, wow.
He's going off there with all the points.
Straightforward.
We have so much to add, but he's just going for it.
I mean, my gosh, it's a kind of a big thing in the U.S. to be anti-government, especially for the Republicans. But the Republicans never take aim at the people that have bought and paid for the government.
And like, there's this series I see on TikTok where this guy analyzes where each senator's funds come from, and then he gives them a grade. And I've maybe seen like 20 or 30 of them. And there is one single person that I've seen so far that did not accept any money from corporate donors.
BS?
Maybe.
Bernie Sanders?
I don't know. I don't remember who it was, but it was some woman who like her like whole thing was not accepting it. But like most of the people, they're like 40%, 50% of their money is from like corporate PACs and stuff like that. It's paid for. And then someone like that woman who doesn't accept them, they'll go and then fund the other person to try and beat that person that doesn't accept them.
Yep, they get primaried by their own party. It's like, that's the thing. If you don't take the money, like the Democrats are supposed to be the party for the people, even though the Republicans also claim they're the party for the people, you know, they're religious people and not anybody but white people.
Yep.
Democrats supposed to be the party of the people, but the party of the people also takes the same money from the same companies and elites that fund the Republicans. So it's interesting when somebody doesn't, like Bernie Sanders was running for president, he didn't take any donations from any companies. His own party, technically not his party, but the party he was running for, sabotaged him, took him down. They all teamed up and took him down. Because he didn't want to play ball.
One of the reasons there might need to be more than two parties in the U.S. that are actually viable, but
yeah, there technically are, but the media owned by all these companies don't let them join the debates and stuff.
Yes, I mean we just talked about just like the government there, and he was talking about so many other things that are bought like the media and everything.
Everything. It's all just one big cabal, you could say.
Yeah, it's a cabal.
More for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not.
And now in the U.S., there's a huge movement, especially on the right-wing side, Charlie Kirk and people like that, pushing young men specifically Guys, you don't need to go to college. Why would you go to college? College is a waste of money. Look at me. I'm rich. I didn't go to
Because
college.
college is too liberal for them. They
Yeah.
get taught that two dudes can love each other in college. That's gay, and that's against. That's not. Isn't that like a thing now that they're actually like they might take away the gay marriage in the U.S.? I think I saw that they're doing like the thing to meet again for
There's
that.
no way they could actually do it.
I don't believe it.
But you never know. If they took away abortion,
Yeah.
I mean, they did it. It is crazy. So basically, the new narrative on the right wing side is college is going to brainwash your kids to become gay and transgender. And also, you don't need it because you can be rich anyways. Just work hard.
And now they're like trying to put the Bible in schools and take out of that sort of critical thinking of primary schools as well.
Yep, in the South specifically, they've done that.
Critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now...
I mean, when do you think this video is from?
90s, maybe 2000s.
Has the minimum wage rose since the 90s?
Not federally. States, blue states particularly, minimum wage has gone up, but not federally. I believe it's still $7.25.
So what he said 30 years ago basically still applies, and it's even worse than probably when he was mentioning it.
I mean, if you account for inflation, wages have stayed completely stagnant. They have barely rose, but costs in the US just keep going up. And you have people that exactly what he's saying, that's exactly what they believe. They just become cogs in the machine. They think that they're doing what they need to do. They got a job right out of college or right out of high school, and they just doing the work their boss tells them to do. No second thoughts.
Is the American dream not just propaganda for working your life away for a company?
It basically is. You're part of the company. You're a family. That company can fire you and destroy your pension whenever they want. But if you leave, you're leaving your family.
Oh yeah, and once you get fired, by the way, if you're injured and you need to keep going to the doctor, no more health insurance for you
Get
anymore.
out of here. You're not showing up to work. You're fired, buddy.
It's the end of overtime and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money.
Yep.
They want your fucking retirement money. They want
We're
it
not going to be
back.
getting any by the time
So
we
they can
retire,
give
I
it to
don't
their
think.
criminal. They want your fucking...
And Trump ran because Republican people love Social Security. It's one of the most popular programs the government's ever done. It keeps 2/3 of senior citizens out of poverty in the United States. People like it. Even Republicans like it, but propaganda machine runs and runs. You slowly have people saying, oh, but people do Social Security fraud, so we should just get rid of the whole thing, all right?
It's a handout. People don't deserve handouts.
And even though Trump and Republicans say, we're not going to touch your Social Security, look at the new budget. Cuts Social Security, cuts Medicare, cuts Medicaid, all these things that are very popular.
Retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. By the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Yeah. You know?
I mean, what was the guy's name? Bloomberg? Michael Bloomberg?
Michael Bloomberg, yeah.
Wasn't his whole thing that he ran on just the fact that he was rich?
Yeah, he's rich, so he knows He knows things. He's smart.
And I guess that's technically what Donald Trump won off of, basically.
Yeah.
He just had the more celebrity personality
And he's
attached
a
to it.
political outsider was
Mhm.
Trump's big thing. That's why some people that like, I guess politically illiterate people that liked Bernie Sanders because he was a political outsider, some of them went over to Trump. And I mean, I can see why some people would be angry and want to get back at like the establishment because they took down Bernie Sanders and then like, screw you, I'm going to go vote for this guy. But Trump is a rich guy. Obviously,
Yeah.
he's part of the establishment.
Yeah.
He's one of the elite, one of the owners. I don't know. It's crazy.
And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on. The fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream because you have to be asleep to believe it.
There it
you go.
is.
That
Wow.
one's been quoted a few times.
Wow. I mean, it is true. It's literally just BS. Every single person in America is a soon-to-be billionaire, according to the mentality of all these people.
I mean, as we've seen in other people's videos that we reacted to, the whole pull yourself up by your bootstraps is a whole part of the American dream. But the whole point of that is that it's impossible or
Yeah.
whatever. So, and that's what people like to use it as like a phrase they believe in.
America, like when I think of America, it just kind of reminds me of like the whole philosophy of like the Roman elite of the bread and circus. Like basically keep the people fed, keep the people entertained, and they'll be happy enough, they'll be content enough where they won't try to overthrow you. You can keep the power, just give them the scraps. That's kind of what America is. Except the problem is the elite, like the scraps that they give the Americans, they keep trying to pull more and more away.
They're literally testing the limits. It's like seeing like, oh, we'll just, get this out, we'll just leave you at where you are exactly, but everything else will keep getting more expensive.
I mean, they're trying to come over to Europe and do the same thing. Elon Musk is funding right-wing parties that love austerity measures and things like that in Europe. And obviously, they're not as extreme in most cases as Republicans, but they're trying. They're coming for you, too. It's not just us. The capital owners want everything.
The European dream. But I'm just kidding. That's not a thing.
All we can do is talk about it. I mean, that's all we can do. In the United States, I think the United States is to the point where it's done. I mean, he was saying it's over in the 90s or whenever this was, and we're way farther in, way deeper in now.
And all the like left-wing protests that have gone on recently get like absolutely shut down.
Oh yeah, violently.
Don is locking up cities. He locked up DC. Imagine if someone wanted to protest in DC.
The fact that protesting literally just gets violently shut down, and then you have like there's a large portion of the population in America that literally just wants things to just be peaceful, like no matter what. If people are protesting for a real reason because of corruption or police brutality or whatever, they're like, oh no, well, we shouldn't be protesting because that's just like disrupting how I want my life to be. So there's such a large portion of the population that are just like that. They just want everything to be normal. Yeah. Even if things are getting taken away from them, as long as it appears normal, they're fine.
Yeah, just to them, because it only matters for them.
And protests get violent. If you make peaceful protests impossible, violent revolution is inevitable.
What's gonna happen? Oh no, we're on a list now for sure.
We are. We are. Thanks for watching. Let's see you in the next one. Let us know if there's more from him we should check out.
The revolution you're talking about, is it supported by Obama? His crew?
Yes. Obama specifically. Definitely not part of the establishment.
I saw, where was it? Was it one of our random things I saw on Facebook when we go on our Facebook? It said something about extremely right-wing Facebook, proof that Michelle Obama was actually born a man at birth.
I mean, they like unironically post stuff like that on Facebook all the time, and then we're supposed to take them seriously politically.
Wow.
there's like to a point where people say stuff in the United States because the ideologies are so crazy where you just need to be like,
Oh,
your opinion doesn't matter anymore. Please just stop talking.
yeah.
But everyone's important and
Yeah.
special.
That person's vote's gonna count as much as yours.
And if they're from Ohio or Pennsylvania, it'll be even more than yours.
Oof.
See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.